Talk to you today a whole bunch about a common language for humanity. Thought I'd get some stuff out of the library and talk about what is available out there to learn about artists, poets, writers, and musicians, because these are who beautify our lives. So it's important to pay attention to that. This just happened to be sitting on the shelf. It was a PBS video that I would say if you can come across things like that, watch them. This is, of course, James Joyce, the great Irish writer. Joseph Campbell was a big fan of his. Definitely check him out. Well, before I go there, let me show you this. Again, for people who are learning English, knowledge of ancient Greek and Roman literature is very important. It helps you as you get better at communicating in English, reading in English, to know these because, and especially in the great literature of the West of English language, there's a lot of references to Greek and Roman material. So stuff like this or things you come across online will be very helpful. The reason I mentioned these and other, not just teaching company, but other course material that would be helpful is that they've got a little booklet, and in the booklet there are outlines. You'll see the vocabulary on the page, so it becomes really helpful that way. So that's why I recommend material like that. It doesn't have to be teaching company, it's just other stuff is available. English novel, again, just says it all. I think just listening to professors talk about the novel and maybe getting some pointers before you start reading them or as you're reading them would be helpful. And these are a series of lectures. Actually, I remember when my mom was living, she passed away 3 years ago. But I remember a few years back when I was staying with her for a month or two, I went through these lectures. I would go walk around her place in San Diego. And that was the first time I listened to these. Pretty good, really good. He's got some other ones, but the whole idea is listening to stuff that there are some accompanying texts that you can refer to and learn. It's really helpful. This one is on Mark Twain. I love Mark Twain. And it's 2 parts. Just checked out part 1. Pretty helpful. And Shakespeare, I've mentioned it before. Because I didn't know anything about Shakespeare in high school and even in college, beginning college here, when I started reading him, I would get the book, the play, in one hand and play a DVD, pause, kind of catch up, because it does take that for somebody who's even who speaks English as a first language, because it takes a little bit of practice, and once you learn the theme of the play and know what's going on, you'll love it. Just take some getting used to. But works like these can kind of shed some light and maybe make it a little bit more easier to go through that. But get to know your Shakespeare.